Hey everybody, this is Steve, and I want to think a little bit more deeply about what almsgiving is. We've already talked about almsgiving as one of the three core practices of the Christian life: prayer, fasting, almsgiving. But almsgiving itself is kind of a very archaic word, right? Almsgiving, it's very old-fashioned. What is it? Well, it can sometimes help to look at the other traditions and languages of the church, because almsgiving is the English rendering of the Greek eleimosyne. And you may not know that word, but you've probably heard Kyrie eleison, like Lord have mercy, prayed again and again in the services, right? When we're asking about almsgiving, when we're encouraging people to prioritize prayer, fasting, and almsgiving, it's really a prioritization of mercy, right? Almsgiving is about being merciful as our Father in heaven is merciful. It's not simply about giving people coins, right? It's about the spiritual transformation that happens when we open up our lives to the lives of those who are suffering. When we develop a heart that is soft enough to feel their pain and their suffering, to open up our lives to them, right? To show mercy, again, as our Father in heaven is merciful. And that's why the theologians and the saints of the church continue to prioritize almsgiving as so important. When St. John Chrysostom in particular writes about this, he gives it this really cosmic significance. He talks about almsgiving as a sort of spiritual economy, which we'll get into a little bit more in the future. Like when somebody is out there and needs your mercy, needs your almsgiving, we are in a sense purchasing something. They are offering something to us. We are purchasing with our almsgiving, and it is something that is priceless. It is something that bigger than we can possibly imagine, bigger than any sort of like value that we can potentially offer to that person in need. And I want to talk about that a little bit more in the future. But for right now, I want to ask, like, what do you think about the connection between almsgiving and mercy? Is almsgiving simply about the person that we are helping, or also our transformation into people of mercy? I'd love to hear what you think. As always, make sure you like this video. Definitely leave a comment. I'd love to hear what you think. And share it as well, right? We have got to do what the algorithm needs us to do, unfortunately. So like, comment, share, and I'd love to hear what you think.